live tonight, and this set looks so pretty tonight. You're going to see in a minute why I'm saying that. We have all these beautiful women here with us tonight, and we are going to be getting into a very interesting topic, the whole idea of keeping resolutions, and we may even look at why men tend to renege a little bit more than women and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna dive into this, and tonight I am so blessed to introduce this panel. I have Tish. Ooh, it's good to have you with us, Tish.
It's great to be here.
And
Thank
you don't know
you.
how hard I had to work to get Tish to be here, but she's here with us
I'm
tonight.
here. I'm
And then
here.
we have then we have Krista with us tonight. Good to have Krista with us. And then no, we coming around, and then then we have Cassie with us tonight. And you see how it's getting already with women on the set, right?
Hey, man. Gotta mind your manners.
And then of course I have Reverend Graham Damon with us, and always a blessing to have Reverend A with us, and that's the panel tonight. So that's the panel tonight, and we want to get straight into the conversation because tonight we want to talk about why making and keeping resolutions matter, and I know we today's the 14th, I think, or somewhere around there. The 15th. Today is the 15th, right?
Yeah.
And how many of us have made resolutions for next year that we intend to start from right now, and we already have not kept it?
Not I.
I haven't made none yet either.
You haven't
Not
made
I.
any resolutions?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So what about you, Reverend? Dave? You made any-
Having and ain't. How about that?
It's a little too premature for that one.
It ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna set myself up for failure. It is what it is.
Sure, you're right.
So here's what the stats are saying. We would start with this. It says almost 41% of adults make resolutions. Only 9% keep resolutions. So we want to talk about that. We want to get into that thought, and I want to start with you, Tish. Why do you feel only 9% keep the resolution?
Well, one, I think that a lot of times we just set resolutions just out of habit, honestly. We have a new year approaching and we get a new mindset and we get this quick thought that, oh, I need to make a resolution and I'm going to be preaching to the choir a whole lot tonight, meaning myself, because I am guilty. I'm probably in that 98, 96% that makes a resolution and dare not even hold on to it. So I just think that people, a lot of times, even when setting resolutions, they either set some unattainable ones, they set them too high, or they set them too low. So it's just kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Cassie?
Same question.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tired of getting heartbroken.
You-
You said 9%.
You want expound on that?
Well, I could say because a lot of people I don't really do that many resolutions, but I know a lot of people that do. They never, it never comes true. They never put no action behind it. They just said it. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do, especially like lose weight or go to the gym and all this kind of stuff. And then, it's already December 2026.
Right.
You still look the same.
Still there.
Still there.
How about
And
you,
a few
Krista?
added more pounds.
Well, I agree to what the ladies already said. Same thing, but that's like on the more of a fitness type of resolution. I think they were expounding on maybe. But as far as me personally, I've already set a resolution, and that's to fight for my marriage. So I am going through with that and not giving up on that. So for me, my resolution has already been set and in progress and in process. So. That's just a different resolution that I've already.
Oh, that's good.
I like that.
Right.
So let's shift to our men on the panel, guys. Your first thoughts on the whole idea of the resolution.
Bring the guys in the house.
Who is it on Raymond?
No, it's on you.
Oh, it's on me. Okay, let's do it. Well, I'll say this, and sometimes I question what is an actual resolution, versus an actual promise, and I believe that we sometimes don't really make a true covenant, because I think we make the covenant within ourselves, but we don't really truly make it with God. And I think this is why so many people tend to fail, because you're trying to do something through your own power, when in reality, if you set this covenant and you have this promise with God, I think the percentage, Dr. Ramey, will go up a little bit higher if we actually set it with God and not with ourselves. And I think that's where we're failing at. We're setting something up with ourselves. We can't keep the promises God keeps with us.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
we're
So
trying to do
so
it
what
all
are your
on our
thoughts,
own.
James?
You know, if I can be totally honest, I've never been one to do resolutions.
Why?
Because I know me.
Point blank.
All my life. But as I entered into adulthood, this is something that's interesting, a topic, because if I can be truly honest, that's something that I really gave up on a long time ago from the resolution standpoint.
Right.
One of the problems that I have with myself with resolution, you tell everybody. And now, like you said, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, and then here it is, Thanksgiving next year, you up 2 sizes, right? And it kind of goes along with and I hope I don't offend anyone, but like the whole vision board thing, you know, I feel it becomes just a social event, just to have something good to say in your setting.
Right.
It sounds good to say I'm gonna work out this year
Yeah.
and give it, but like really. As one of my sisters have said, that have you even put yourself in a place, mindset to do it? It just sounded good to say. Now, there are some things that, you know, some short-term, long-term goals that I want to accomplish, but I just don't,
Right.
I don't put it out there.
Right,
It's something
right.
that I, and I like, even with the vision board and resolution, like Greer said, have you talked to God about it? That's something that just popped in your head after you saw some Nordic Track commercial, you know, hey, you know what, I'm gonna work out, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I really don't do the formal resolution, formal vision board. I take the time in prayer, gather my thoughts, and say, okay, Alexander, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. So I have a different approach to it.
Okay. So if you're looking at us tonight, we want for you to like and share, invite someone, and also we want for you to put your comments in the chat. If you have a resolution that you want to drop in the chat, that's fine. We're not going to be judging you based on whatever resolution you would want to highlight. But getting back to the conversation, women tend to focus on health, relationships, and I heard, you know, Krista says she made a resolution to fight for her marriage. That's a powerful resolution.
It is.
You know, and while men tend to focus on finances, fitness, career performance. So it appears as though men are on one track, women are on another track when it comes to resolution. So let's talk about, in the first instance, why do we make resolutions, period? Why do we make resolutions?
I think we make resolutions because, I mean, our intentions are good. And everybody kind of think of the start of the year as the start of a new beginning.
Yeah.
You know, they think this is a fresh start, and everybody wants a fresh start based on the last 365 days of the year that they've just encountered. You know, good, bad, or indifferent. And so we look forward to the possibility of doing things better or having a better life. So I think that's why we make them, although we don't a lot of times keep them, as data shows and states. But we have some good intentions.
Right.
I mean, our heart is good. My heart is there.
Right.
But my mind didn't follow my heart. So
Christy, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I agree again with Amy. I think our intentions to start are good, but a lot of times we don't have accountability. It just looks good, it sounds good, and like Rev said, it's like a trend. So you just want to do something just to say you're doing something, but there's no accountability there. There's no one to just hold you to what you say you were going to do. So again, it does look good, and our intentions might be pure, but that's just that on that.
So Cassie, let me jump to you. Why do we make them and then break them?
Ooh, so we make them to give us a little hope, because we're putting actions behind it. When you put your goals down, of course, you're going to try to put actions behind it. So it helps with your faith and believing in yourself. But then we break it because sometimes it takes too long. And then when it takes too long, we just give up. And I just feel like a lot of people don't have the patience when it comes down to waiting. And that's why I feel like a lot of people break their resolution, because it's not happening fast enough for them.
Right.
So Reverend Day, let me come to you and then Greg will follow up. Why do we make them and then break them.
I told you, it sounds good, man. You are in a group of people. You on your Facebook page. Oh, everybody
Sure,
putting
you're
out resolutions.
Yeah.
I don't want to be left out, and I think it can be one of those caught in the moment, caught in the trend, just doing it because everybody else do it. I can hit on, if I can be honest.
Tradition.
Can I keep it gangster in here, y'all?
Sure, you're right.
Listen, cause there there's time where people in their excitement, because we're dealing with the root of resolution, the reason why you do it, the whole purpose and all that, and so when people do, like I've heard people say, "Hey, I'm gonna do the Daniel fast because I'm trying to lose weight."
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's what that fast is, is the core of that.
Yeah.
That may be a byproduct of the fast, but that lets me know when you opened your mouth and said that you're not even knowing what you're doing, right? I think part of the reason why people make them because a lot of times we have no one to hold us accountable. If I tell myself I'm gonna do such and then didn't tell nobody else, who gonna hold me accountable? And one of the worst things you could do is be the only person that gives yourself your
Right.
self-evaluation.
Right.
Because you always gonna make an excuse for your shortcomings.
Right.
You always gonna make it justified for you not doing or doing whatever. So I think part of it is. I think a way we could improve resolution is to have an accountability partner with it.
Yeah.
Y'all take a journey together, but on your own, I mean, come on, man. If you writing your own narrative, you're going to say anything.
So
Because you could even say, hey, I did lose 10 pounds. And you got on the 2X like you had. Hey, I'm just saying.
looks can be deceiving.
And you'll say stuff like, well, that's Stowe. They
Feels was surreal.
2Xs is just, they run small. No, you in a 2X, dog.
What about you, Damon?
Sometimes I think we let's be honest. Sometimes people set unrealistic goals.
That part.
And I think we overdo it sometimes. I mean, sometimes I think resolutions, if we make them simple, like you could probably reach the goal. Maybe don't start with 20.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Or don't say you getting married this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Just say one year.
It takes more than just you.
There you go.
It takes more than just you to say you're gonna get married. Somebody gotta say I do too.
Right.
But this year I'm getting married. Like, there's another part of that equation that you leave
That's
it
it.
out.
That's it. That's it.
There-
So I think
It takes two, right? James?
So it's the I think sometimes we overdo it.
Right.
We put it's one thing to be committed, but I think there's a thing that we can overly commit. You can put too much
Right.
on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
All right, I
baby
got
steps.
you. I'm loving the energy on this set tonight. So a couple of years ago, we did this in the same program. James was the moderator of the program, so some of the things he will recognize because we kind of going over some of this. A couple of years ago.
I didn't make no resolution, did I?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
So I wanna ask a question, and this is a bit personal. I wanna come to our woman. Has someone ever made a resolution to you, and you said, you know what, this sounds like this person has made the change, it's gonna happen, and then the person broke it? And if so, how did it make you feel?
Ain't me.
Don't everybody speak at once.
You say how someone made a resolution
Yeah,
to
or
us?
promise to you
Oh,
and say, you know
promise-
what, Cassie, I'm gonna do this for you. I got your back, and then it fell through.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I haven't. I plead the fifth. I haven't had that experience where they made me a promise and
And then keep it.
and then did not keep it. So
I can't recall somebody saying something to me and not keeping it. I can't.
So you make sure that whatever they say, they're gonna keep it.
Yeah, like somebody come to me with something, I'm on top of it. I'm gonna remind them and make sure. But before you even say anything, hey, if you can't,
Just don't.
Be like, that's a tall order. You sure you can feel that? That's a tall order.
like serious.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes your mouth can get you in trouble.
Say that twice.
I don't think I've it's been a resolution or anything, but being in a covenant as a marriage, of course we set things that we would never do, and unfortunately some things has already happened or whatever, especially just more specific of infidelity within my marriage, and so I wouldn't say that was a resolution. I just think he broke something, and he promised that he wouldn't. We said it before we even got married, and years down the line, and now we're faced with it. And so now we're making a choice to fight forward
Right.
together, so that covenant won't be broken
Right.
again or whatever. So it's a restoring process and reconciliation process or whatever. But I don't want to title it he made a resolution, but the covenant was broken,
Right.
and now we're fighting for that. So
Just on that note, and I like what she said, because a lot of times, like even in marriages, and I just want to just touch this topic because she brought it up. A lot of times, you make vows in a sense,
Right.
right? But how many times do people actually go back and revisit those vows?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People will renew them, but you don't have to renew them. Go back and revisit them. So on that note, sometimes even resolutions, you don't have to make a new resolution. Go back and revisit the one you just talked about.
Yeah.
The one,
That
the
you
one
put on that board.
Yeah, the one you put on the board.
That vision board.
Because you made one last year.
Right.
Go back and revisit the resolution.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a new one.
And you're right, and I mean I commend Christopher for being very transparent.
Absolutely.
Because many of us know that we have made some vows, and especially when it comes to relationships, and we have not, kept our end of it, and it really still is like a resolution. I make a resolution to commit myself to this relationship, and then we break that resolution. I want to give some trigger words to a woman first, and anyone can jump in. When I say the word, tell me what's the first thing that comes to mind. So when you hear balance,
Yeah, give me time.
Hold on. Time out, man.
Balance.
Anything that popping out there, let's be clear.
No, we like
Clarification.
You know who you're talking to, man. You better know who you're talking
we
to.
lie.
Clarify that.
Give me like a little
Yeah.
Get this whole thing shut down, man. Don't say anything.
No,
Just
we are
jump out
lying.
there.
what's the first sanitized thing that comes?
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
So
now we're
when-
clear.
for our
on
woman,
YouTube.
You hear balance. What comes to mind?
Balance, work, home,
Life.
kids. I mean, everything.
Family.
Can I jump in on that one? Balance. Can I?
But it says women.
That's woman.
Oh, well, give me that one too.
Give me some. Like, give me some.
I need that.
You gotta
Change
wait.
mine up. Change it up on me.
Balance.
Balance. There you go.
Yeah, I think some balance requires, like we think of it in a sense of work-life balance.
Okay.
And how do you how are you able to juggle life and work and still have some balance in your life? Because often I kind of get off course with that. My work consumes me, or my family consumes me. I'm semi-retired, and so I always think I did less at work than I do now because my family demands a little bit more of me than I thought it ever possible. But
Woman, self-care.
love,
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah.
When you hear self-care, what comes to mind,
Self-care,
Krista?
take
What when you
me
hear that?
I come first.
I'm learning that now because at first, I'm learning that now because of course I have. Thank you, Cass. I have 5 children, of course, so I always put them before me, and really honestly before my husband as well. Until I started learning the proper way, and with that process and how to do that, because I was just grew up. Just knowing, take care of the kids, take care of the outside of your husband, but I never was taught how to take care of the inside of him, and that's very important to know and to do, that his inside is just more valuable than his outside. I am a stay-at-home mom, so my husband does take care of everything, but we get into a routine to where the balance is not there. So it's always work, and there's no time for husband and wife, or not even mother and father. So balance is very crucial with that. Self-care is, I'm coming from thinking that it was selfish. Now it's not selfish, because if I don't take care of me, then I can't properly take care of them. So I'm learning
Work-life
that.
balance.
I'm learning that balance and all of that. So yeah.
So next word, organized woman. When you hear the word organized, what comes to mind?
That's important for me. Organization.
I
'Cause,
likes that. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I love organization.
I like
Organization just makes it better to.
well, don't look in my
process
closet.
everything.
So
Organization is crucial. For me.
I do. I likes that.
Okay, all right. Consistency.
steady.
Yeah, I got to have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Intentional.
That's important for me now. Intention. That's very important for me now. Intention. Yeah, I have to have it.
Okay. But do you guys see how all of this is coming into resolution, right? All right. So let me go to the guys now.
Now it's y'all.
Why you gonna give us something like
Discipline.
Like
discipline, like utmost necessary, a must have. Like when I think of discipline, I think of no excuses.
Okay.
say one word.
You go ahead.
We just supposed to say one word.
A phrase.
A word or a phrase is fine.
Let me read the fine print.
It says discipline.
Go ahead. Reverend Greg.
Discipline. I just say it's essential. You know,
Essential,
you gotta
okay.
have it.
We're just doing one word.
What about results? What thoughts come to mind? You could give a phrase. Results, as a man.
You can't expect what you didn't put in.
Okay. Damon.
So, do the
He
same.
has a phrase, Chris. He has a phrase.
I can stand my stomach is growling.
He got gas. Don't put it all out there.
Maybe it's something.
You're doing good.
Resolution is to eat more. Eat before I come.
Eat before you come to the podcast, so nobody's like,
Next.
You can't give that word.
So, man again, legacy.
oh my gosh.
I would say legendary.
Okay.
When I think of legacy, I really think of calculating my steps, because every step you take, that's a part of your legacy.
All right.
And being that I have a 15-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter, I'm very careful of the steps I take,
Right.
because whatever mark you make, that's part of your legacy. And so you get to make a choice before you do it.
Right. Winning.
Succeed.
That's what I do, baby.
Hey,
Succeeding.
every day.
That's what I do.
every day.
Pressure.
Shout it.
He says,
For pressure?
Shout it, pressure.
yeah,
No, I thought he said shorty.
I know too, I ain't gonna lie.
That's what he did say.
Shorty?
Shout, no, not shorty, shouty. It's a
Shouty.
difference.
It's W-T-Y.
Pressure. Listen, it's
Strain.
it's common. It's common. It's part of it. That's what me and Grit say. That it's part of it.
So, you know what I like about the responses is that it causes us to stay on point in terms of this whole idea of resolution. And so you may be looking at us. We welcome you on our live platform. You can leave a comment as we continue the conversation on resolution. We want for you to like and share. A lot of persons are on. We're going to pay some attention to some of you in a minute. But I want to come back to our woman. What do you think motivates you personally to avoid setting New Year resolutions? Because everybody seems to be saying, you know what, I'm not going to do it. What is the motivational factor? What causes you to say, you know what, I am not going to make any resolution for 2026? Tish.
You would come to me first. Well, I'm just not going to make them either way. I think knowing instead of knowing the what, you have to know the why. And if I don't understand the why, I'm still not going to do it. So, I'm just not going to make them. I tend to look at it as maybe possibly making some short-term goals and like Greer said, little by little, you don't have to run a whole marathon. You can sprint a little bit and make daily goals, set daily goals. I probably set hourly goals, but I don't like to bite off more than I can chew, and so I just want to take a bite at a time, and then that way I feel like I've succeeded in doing what I'm doing. If I say today I'm not going to eat any meat, and I make it 24 hours, I'm doing good, and so then that's one of my feelings of success, and so I tend to take mine day by day. I don't like running the whole marathon at one time.
Right on. Right on.
So, Cassie, I'm coming to you. Why do you think we personally set or we intentionally avoid making New Year resolution?
But for me, I avoid making them because I like to be free. I like to just go with the flow, and then like I don't really know God's plan for what He has for me this year. So I just feel like just to wake up and just go and whatever comes to my mind to do, and then I just go from there. Cause I just feel like I like to be led by God when it comes down to things. So
Chris?
Well, because I've already said mine, I'm doing it for my family.
Right.
I want my children to see, of course, conflict, but I want them to also see like a healthy resolution. I didn't have that. I didn't have examples of a healthy infidelity. Well, not healthy infidelity, but infidelity to grow within the Christian race. Like
Right.
get back together
Yeah.
as a Christian couple. I've never had that example. So I set this example because I want my family. I want to keep it together, and I want my children to have their mother and their father. And I just love being married. So that's why I set mine.
So you're talking about like a fresh start mindset.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Damon.
Yeah, I think just like a lot of other people have already stated, I don't think I don't think I've ever made New Year's resolutions at all, and I'll be honest with myself. However,
No.
I think some advice that, because a lot of times people talk about going into the new year, and oftentimes we think about, trying to lose weight, you want to get fit and all these great things. But I think the biggest thing is not so much as to working out, because working out is hard. Let's be honest. It takes dedication. You have to get up. Then you have to actually go there. And then if you got stuff at home, you don't really want to mess with it, because guess what? It's at home. So you rather just be in your bed and watch TV rather going into a room, getting on the treadmill or lifting weights. So I think the biggest thing is discipline. Sometimes we need to discipline ourselves in sections. In other words, how about before I start trying to work out and work hard, how about I try eating properly each and every single day?
Right.
Like I can try, I heard Tish think I just heard Tish saying, taking out meat, for maybe a day or two, then maybe the next day maybe do some carbs or something, and not put yourself in a position where, you lose all this weight at one time and then you gain it all back next week.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're cheating yourself in a sense.
Setting
So it's-
yourself up for failure.
yeah, there you go. And that's a waste of
Right.
time, to get on a certain diet. But I think the best thing is to have a daily, do something daily where you train yourself to do something
Right.
daily.
Right.
And I think that works out. So I think, I guess in a sense, if you're doing if you decide to do a New Year's resolution, I would say just do it in a sense where okay, I can try to do this. I can eat properly. I may not work out yet because that's what I'm going to next. But maybe I should try, maybe not eat meat today. Then maybe tomorrow, maybe don't eat bread. Or the next day, maybe,
Don't drink
cut out certain
sodas.
things.
Something,
Yeah.
just cutting certain
So
things
I
out of
believe
your
it can be
diet.
done,
Yeah.
But if you're trying to work out, and I'm going to be honest, because sometimes you work out and you want to go home and eat everything up.
Yeah.
Because now, but I think if you can do it like in sections before you even start doing your workout, maybe
Right.
try to eat properly every day. Like it has to be every day. Discipline. That's where the discipline comes in next. So anyway.
James.
Y'all sure talking about working out a lot. I'm
Well, that's what
feeling some kind of way. I'm just saying. Well, I ain't hearing it. 'Cause that's not part of what I do.
Oh, in the name of Jesus.
No, really, this resolution thing. I mean, listen, as Tish stated, and I've stated, I've never been one to do the whole resolution thing seriously. But have I set goals and accomplished them? Absolutely. And I didn't put it at the first of the year.
Right.
I do agree in the mindset of the new year, new start, fresh start. But my Bible tells me that God's grace and His mercy is new every morning. So it
every
don't have
day.
to be
Come on,
January
Every
1st.
day.
Right.
You can have your first day of whatever it is, and it don't have to fall on January 1st.
Sure, right, brother.
Yeah.
And all those things that you named, I saw what you did there, the discipline, the commitment, all those things, that's paramount too.
Yeah.
Being successful in
Right.
carrying out a resolution or
Yeah.
a new beginning or something.
Right.
But then I agree 100% with Greer, make it realistic and don't try to chop the whole tree down in one swing.
There you go.
You know, a coach used to tell me, you can't chop an oak tree down in one swing. You got to chip
I
that.
want to I want to stay with you because I like where you're going, and it's really flowing with where our trend of thought is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the whole idea of a fear of failing plays into the whole mindset of I'm not going to make any resolutions, or I'm not going to make a commitment because I am afraid I'm not going to keep that commitment?
You know what? It depends on the severity of it. I'll say that because I have strayed away from making certain resolutions because I felt like, oh man, I know I ain't gonna even do that. But it depends on the severity. Check this out. If my resolution is to remain healthy so that I can live to see my children grow up, I want it to be that serious of a you can't fail at this. Right. You know, so it just depends on what it is. But sometimes we make resolutions about something we shouldn't be doing in the first place. Like, you know, I'm not gonna get drunk no more. Well,
Exactly.
you might not need
Can't go
to.
to bed
You
with
might not need to do that. Right. So sometimes we make resolutions
Realistic.
on some
Realistic.
stuff that you shouldn't have been doing in the first. You know what? I ain't gonna go to jail this year. Well, you know,
didn't wanna pay
that
those
might not need to be a part of what you do anyway. But in all seriousness, the way that I pattern my life, man, and I remember coming to this whatever the word is, epiphany in college. I strayed away doing certain things for the fear of failure. But then something snapped, said, listen, if you fail, at least you tried.
Shot at it.
Because what if you don't fail?
What if you fly?
What if it's like Forrest Gump when you're playing ping pong? It takes off. What if? And I just tend to try to stray away from that thought process of letting failure stop me, because you don't know if you don't try. You know.
Yeah. So we have a couple of comments I want to quickly go through. Cassandra Ellis said, legacy for me, strong family values, very important. Wanda Fuller said, I seem to fall short when I would make resolutions, so I don't make any. And then we have another comment, great daily resolutions based on my circumstances.
Right.
So
Right.
people kind of, fall into that. So here's the thing. We know that, and just listening to this conversation, women have a different perspective than us men when it comes to this whole idea of commitment and resolutions. Why do you think that women may more see things? And I really love what Krista talked about, this whole idea of making a commitment to fight for my marriage. And a man might be more on the back burner saying, well, we'll see how it goes. That kind of layback, kind of more casual, when a woman may be more intentional and saying, we got to make this happen. The children are given trouble, we're going to figure this thing out. And the father says, listen, I got this, I'm going to take care of it. And then the mother comes and says, well, you say you were going to take care of it and a week has passed. What's going on? Why do you think we see that kind of difference? Any of the ladies?
I don't know why men think like that.
I'll be able to answer that for you right here tonight.
Because I'll still be like, bro, today.
Right.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna let everybody.
She like, come on. I want to hear what you got to say.
No, like, I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna give it to you real, because you that's a good question.
No,
I'm
see,
sure a lot of ladies want to know. Alexander got the answer.
Go and answer, man. Let him go on and answer, man.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Men by nature, we're instinctual, and you by nature are emotional. Women tend to react off emotion.
That's right.
We react off of instinct. What do I mean by that? Just like you said, why isn't it done today? Because all you see is the obstacle or whatever it is isn't being done. But we're thinking from an instinctual person, well, if I do that today, then this won't get done. And you're pulling me away from something that needs to be done today to fix something that could probably be done next week. And a lot of times that urgency that y'all have, I'm not discounting it,
Right.
because it's a true emotion. I get that. Can I go back to the Garden of Eden?
Take us back. Take us back.
When God created the heavens and the earth, he created man. And he made Adam, right? Adam, we don't know how long he walked around without Eve. But it wasn't finished. God wasn't done. It wasn't complete. But Adam rolled while being incomplete. When he made Eve, she stepped into perfection. Nothing else needed to be done. So I think instinctually women have that feeling, if it ain't done, it needs to get done.
That's good.
Where we don't know how many years Adam walked around without a mate. He wasn't the one that said, God, I think something missing. He rolled with what God gave him.
Right.
Not saying that Eve complained, but she stepped into a perfect situation.
Right.
So much so God rested. He was done. She walked into everything being perfect. And I still think that's a part of y'all's instinct. That
good,
perfection. Y'all need that. This knob been jiggling for I don't know how long. We need to fix this today.
Right.
Or a man could have that knob and just learn how to open the door with the knob jiggling.
I think we want what we want when we want.
And
that's
like
the
I said,
thing.
I can't
Yeah.
blame you for that because I think
Yeah.
that's innate in you. And I'm
Yeah.
not being demeaning by far.
No,
Because
no.
I understand it. You need it done now. Like y'all will tell us, hey, the trash need to go out tonight.
Right.
But if we watching the game and in our mind, okay, tonight means as long as it's dark. But y'all come back in an hour,
Long
you
as
ain't
it's
took
before
that
9
trash
o'clock
out.
the next morning when
It's
trash
still
run.
tonight. Well, so what you tripping for? So I really think it's just a difference in approach, where we react from an instinctual place, a survival place, where you guys go from an emotional place. And I mean that with all due respect.
That's good.
Absolutely.
So let me come to you, Damon. Women process emotion and purpose, while men look for strategy and reward.
I just said that. I didn't even. That's all right. Good.
Killing it.
Instinct.
So what's your thought on that? Because women operate in one realm, men look at it differently, and again, this whole idea of commitment and resolution is a sticky area because perspective could be different. So what are your thoughts, especially when you interact with young adults, Damon?
If I was in here with all men, I would tell y'all.
No, tell the truth. Wow. No, tell the truth while you have women and men.
We're not gonna do that today, but well,
You're a little outnumbered.
yeah. But I think the biggest piece of it is kind of like what Reverend Alexander said. You know, and I think that's where the majority of men are at. I believe a majority. But however, I don't feel like that I fall into that space. I don't feel that I fall into that space, and I'm gonna go against the grain just a tad bit because I sometimes feel like, you know, how the woman feels. You know, I feel like it should get done at that particular time. And the reason being is because I'll say it like this: the way that I think is, if I don't get this done, there's probably gonna be something else that needs to be done afterwards. So, and then it kind of just keeps building
Shift
up.
to that mindset.
Yeah, there you go. It keeps. But I think the majority of the men do feel that way. That where, you know, I can give this time. You know, just give me time to get this done. You know, however, I think, you know, and I think it kind of goes to even with the sense of resolutions. If you don't even want to make a resolution, but get to that place. Because my thing is, I don't think I would want to operate like that, Dr. Raymond, for a long period of time. You know,
Right.
Just as a man in a relationship, you know, I don't think I want to operate where I'm always going against the grain. You know, I'm always trying to, you know, go against, you know, and figuring out a plan or a scheme or a game.
Right.
You know, I think at a certain level of maturity,
Come on.
you know, we got to get to that place where, you know, we're on the same page.
Right.
You know, so if
Right.
she,
And
You know?
part of what I was saying with that, I think if men and women both understood that about each
yeah,
other,
there we go.
and then the key, communicate.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You
we
you
don't.
sprinkle in some communication,
go.
you
That's,
get a whole lot of things off.
that's what came to my mind, James. Communication.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
takes some communication.
Because seriously, if you say, hey, I want this done, I'll go, baby, listen, after this game,
Right.
I'm
That's
gonna
it.
Right. Right.
Now when she walk in
Yeah.
and it's an hour later,
Done.
but she gonna, you said
said
after the
after.
game. And I said,
It's
but
all-
it ain't
it's all
after
stuff.
the game. You know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying. And I think that can be
And
part
that
of
works.
Yeah,
It
that
works
can be part of it.
because at the end of the day, because we think differently, don't mean we're not compatible.
There you
It can't
go.
work.
That's
Absolutely.
It don't have
That's
to be
Yeah, that's right.
against.
Absolutely.
Let's figure out how your mind and my mind work, and let's make it work
I love
together in
that.
harmony.
So let me come to you, Tish. Men women multitask change. Men compartmentalize change.
Ooh, don't we?
Men
that one more time.
compartmentalize change,
A woman multitask.
and well, that's true. I'm very multitasking, and I mean, I can do 20 things at any given time, but I think. I just think being multitasking comes with being in the role that I'm in administratively. I mean, because we have to be multitasking. Men, y'all internalize everything. You just have a problem communicating sometimes.
Right?
Especially being a mother. Mama playing.
Maybe y'all just don't understand.
That's it.
And again, it still comes back to being able to communicate.
You gotta understand them
Um,
mother, girl. God should have took us from the arm.
Not the real.
From the
So, Cassie, because you said that, let me ask you this question.
I think, but let me say this,
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Ramey. I think, we as women, we're very good at articulating what we want heard and what we want to say. Men, I don't think I'm not going to be biased because I know men are great at that. They probably just trying to keep the peace in the household. And so by compartmentalizing their thoughts or their feelings, I think they're just like, I'm going to take the higher road and I'm just going to keep the peace in the house. Even though I could say a whole lot. So I'm not here to pass a biased opinion, and we're just mouthy. We as women, we're just mouthy. I think we're just mouthy, and we just don't know when to shut it off sometimes. So I'm not that. I'm not going to be biased. No,
camera back over here.
because that's how we are. Because that's how we are. We feel like we have to get it all out, and it's not over until we say
No
it's
matter
over.
what the time
I
is,
don't
the
care
climate,
and who's
just 'cause
around.
it's in
We're
my
gonna
mind,
say
it
what
gotta
we
be
want to
said right
say
now.
until we feel like we are hurt. You say, like the Lord, now I'm rested.
You gonna do ladies like that too?
I agree.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. I feel like it's real.
Oh my gosh! I thought y'all was team women.
That's
We still
it's
on your
good that
side.
the team was
Cassie, let me-
spitting true.
Right.
It's
So, Cassie,
true.
let me ask you a question, right?
true.
Do you think that sometimes men overcommit?
Overcommit.
Yeah. Like, you sell big, but your giving is not matching up with what a man would sell.
I think so, because that's me. I expect big, and I expect it to be given, and don't beat around the bush with it. That's just me.
That's on it.
Wait, say that again. You expect big?
I do.
She has a big expectation.
I do.
So what about you, Krista? On the same thing, that sometimes a man might overcommit. I'm going to do this, and then the commitment is not matching up by the action.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I had to tell my husband, I don't need you to be Superman, Batman, Robin. I don't need you to be all those things. I need you to be secure with who you are and what you can give. Now, a lot of times, when you overcommit, something go lack. And sometimes it might be sex, because you're trying to commit to a whole lot of things. Then when it comes down to the sex, it ain't there because you committing and trying to do something such so big to where, you forget that. I just had to say that because sex is important.
And that's another topic.
You see why we have to get these women to come back?
Maybe we're ready for that.
Sex is
We gotta get these women. We gotta get these.
Because don't overcommit.
Can't say the
Right,
word
right.
just
Don't do it.
Pastor ain't gonna let us come back no more.
Don't do it. I'm just being honest. That's my
love it.
honesty.
I
Okay.
Don't overcommit.
But then I do feel like sometimes you guys overcommit because you the desire is there to please
Absolutely.
your woman, and we can appreciate that.
I do.
I think
You're
that.
right.
We can appreciate
Can
that.
I take a stab
But
at it real quick?
yeah, I'm gonna let you take a stab,
Go, Angel.
but don't overcommit.
Some men
And don't
overcommit
overspeak.
because it's necessity. Because if I don't paint the big picture, I'm gonna be painted as a small whatever.
No,
Right.
It's real talk. My sister just said it. I expect big. So since you gave me that tidbit, anything I sell, you gotta be big,
Gotta be green.
even if I can't pull through with it. Because some women don't allow you to say, no, I can't do that,
Oh, I'm
but I can do this. That ain't what I want. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
so we fall into that trap of overcommitment by nature of, okay, what are my options? Be truthful and say I can't do it, which might be a problem.
Take a chance.
Or take a chance, and that's what we do. And then y'all say we overcommit. So it's a catch-22 sometimes, you know what I mean?
So I want you guys to make a commitment to come back, because we just halfway into this conversation. Are you guys making a commitment to come back?
Yeah, man.
Okay,
If
good.
we allowed to. That's the thing. If I'm invited, I'll come. 'Cause
Until the
So,
next episode.
Yeah, so let's have a closing sentence from starting from you, Reverend A, and then we come around. And again, thank you all so much. We had a good viewing audience tonight, and that this is good. These conversations are important to be had. Reverend A, you want to leave a nugget with us?
Well, the nugget that I'll leave is be honest with yourself. All right, don't let someone else's desires transfer into your desires. Take a good look at you. If you're going to do a resolution, take a good look at you and say, what is it that I want to accomplish, and even if it's possible, but then come up with a plan. Don't just have lip service.
You're right.
Plan your work and work your plan.
Yeah.
That's good.
Damon.
That's good. I want to go back to that word you asked the young ladies about balance. You know, I think that is extremely important. Not just a balance. When I'm talking about balance, I mean balance all the way around. I mean, not only with your family, but balance with yourself and within yourself. Because a lot of times the piece that we miss a lot of times, we don't understand things about people, is because sometimes we can be emotionally unbalanced. You know, we can be chemically unbalanced. And if we don't find out what the proper diagnosis after what we're really truly dealing with, you know, because there's some people out here right now that need meds. And you're trying to deal with people in a normal sense,
Right.
and these people haven't been properly diagnosed because, again,
They're not normal.
they're unbalanced. So, and going into this new year, we have to make sure that we're balanced on every spectrum, you know, because only time we think about it is the kids, the finances, the home, things of that nature. But make sure that we're balancing ourselves emotionally, you know. So therefore, we can respond and do the things properly with our families. So
Well said. Well said. Krista.
I agree with what the men have already said so far. Balance is balance is key for me too. Just to have a good balance of everything: life, fun, work, church, all of that. Just a good balance, and just set obtainable goals for yourself, and then get a accountability partner that will for sure hold you accountable to whatever you said.
Good. Cassie.
I can say if you're going to set a resolution, just know that God's timing is not your timing.
That part.
So if you said it and it didn't happen this year, then it just wasn't your time. Just continue to, and you said it next year, the year after that. And if it don't come, then you need a new one. Go ahead, Tish.
Okay, my closing comments to each of you is I want to give you an acronym. I want to give you the word SMART.
Come on.
And for each letter, think about it. The S is being specific about what you want to achieve. Okay. M is for measurable. Make sure that you can measure your success and that you are able to track your progress.
Right.
So set some obtainable goals for yourself. The A is for achievable. Ensure your goal is realistic and achievable.
There you go.
As I just said, don't set it too high, but don't set it too low. Challenge yourself sometimes, a lot of times. The R says be relevant. Set a goal that's relevant to you, not anybody else, because that may not be applicable to you as it relates to someone else. And ask yourself, is it worthwhile to you? And is it applicable to your current situation? And last, T for time bound. Set a start and end date to encourage yourself to reach it with a deadline.
Bless God. Thank you all so much for being here. On behalf of our senior pastor, Reverend Oscar D. Epps, we thank you for joining us tonight on this episode of Strike Back. And as promised by the panel, we will be back.
We're gonna
We'll
be
be
God
back.
bless you and have a good rest of the night.
We will